So the trial and error process is super long. So that means that you need to kind of test your product before you sell it out to people, right? You want the people to really enjoy your product, come back and buy more. So in the beginning, I invested in a very small quantity of products. So I would buy from local places like Amazon, and I would buy small packages like maybe 5 pounds of soy wax, a few cents here and there, just to kind of experiment and do it for myself. I'm not gonna lie, the first couple of candles that I made were really not successful. They were not good. They didn't have a good sun throw, and sun throw is so important. Everybody is looking for, the fragrance. The fragrance is what sells, and if your candle is made properly, people will come back. And let's not start with the wick testing. The wick testing is really something that is truly important because your wick needs to burn properly and evenly. If your wick is not burning properly and it's sinking, you're going to have a 10-old candle, and nobody wants that. If you wanted a 10-old candle, you can just go to the store and buy it, right? So I worked on testing my product. I worked on making sure that I was going to have the perfect product to put out there. And then what I did is that when I had that perfect product, I did a little party at home for friends and family to come and enjoy my candles at a very low cost. And sometimes I would even give them out for free because I needed that feedback. I needed those reviews to come in. I needed that feedback from people that are trying my candles to really be honest with me. So you have to choose your people. Like you have to choose like your friends or your family that you really trust their opinions to tell you if your candle is good, if it's not good, if your product is something that they would purchase. So that's where I was in the beginning of my small business as a candle maker. I gave out a lot of candles. I sold a lot of them at cost price just to kind of get that feedback and start rolling. So once friends and family started trying my candles, then it started to get interesting because they would talk to their friends and family, and their friends and family would then reach out to me, and it snowballed from there. At that point, I started getting a couple of sales in, and I was super excited. I started doing more research into bigger suppliers and started doing my research to make sure I had suppliers around Canada, since I'm in Canada, because shipping costs from the US to Canada are insanely outrageous. So I needed something local, and I needed something that was a little bit more in bulk than what Amazon was offering me for a better cost. So at the end of the day, I didn't want to charge my clients a lot of money. I wanted it to be affordable and they can enjoy luxury soy candles at a decent price. That was super important for me, and that was kind of my marketing strategy. So I opened my Instagram page and I started the J'aime Bougie journey back in 2019 as a mom of 3 boys, and I worked full time, and this was just trial and error, and it did work out. It worked out because now 5 years later I have lots of clients. I have a good little small business. Obviously I don't spend a lot of time as if it was like a full-time job because I do work full-time. So of course, if you are doing this as a full-time business, then you'll have more time to invest in research and actually making more product and invest in more marketing so you can reach a higher potential. For me, it was just a passion to do for myself on the side that turned into a really good side hustle. That's amazing for our family as well because it's a nice little income that we don't really touch. We leave it there just to one day maybe pay off the mortgage or use for vacations, etc. So if you're planning on starting your small business, don't wait, don't hesitate. It doesn't matter if so many people are doing it. There's going to be lots of competition, but think of it this way. You cannot be the only candle maker in your, let's say my province. So I'm in Montreal, Quebec. So imagine if I was the only candle maker in Quebec, how can I service the entire province of Quebec? It's literally impossible. There are a lot of people that love candles and bringing candles, and I would just exhaust myself. So it's normal to have competition, and it's healthy to have competition. And it's okay because you cannot be everybody's cup of tea. And I realized that late in the game. In the beginning, it would really bother me. I would be like, oh my God, I'm competing against like a bunch of other people. And as the years went on and COVID came on, more and more people opened up their candle businesses, and now you see them everywhere, right? Whereas back in 2019, I was one of the first ones here in Montreal to open up. So it was frustrating the first couple of years where I would see other people opening up their businesses, and I would be like, oh, now everybody's doing it and nobody's gonna buy from me, and you always have that little like self-sabotage thought in the back of your brain. But at the end of the day, it's healthy, it's normal, and again, we cannot service everybody because we're never going to be everybody's cup of tea. So remember that quote, because it's super important. And start your business because it's great side hustle. It's a great way to make a little bit of income. And who knows, who knows if this is going to be something that you're going to be able to do for full time in a longer scheme of things and become your future job. You never know. So if you like this video, subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you guys think. If you have a small business, let me know what it is, what do you do, when did you start, and how are you liking it. And follow for more. I'll give some other tips on starting your own small business. And of course, you can go through my playlists where you can see all of my packaged orders. You can see the candles that are in stock. You can see kind of the behind the scenes, some tips that I share for candle care, which is super important. If you're buying a soy candle, you know that it's going to be expensive. You want to take care of it. So I definitely share some tips on that. And of course, if you're in Canada and you would love to try my soy candles, you can always go on my link here on YouTube, and you can just click on it and go straight to my webpage to check out my store. Take care, guys. Hope you subscribe and stay tuned for more videos.